Gurkha Harlquinn. Hey everybody, I'm Harlquinn, and this is a cigar vlog on what is shockingly a relatively nice wintry day. I chalk that up as a minor miracle. So, Gurkha Harlquinn. Given Gurkha's naming conventions, I have absolutely no idea what to expect from this. Normally you'll find Gurkha giving their cigars names like Warpath, or Marauder, or Black Ops, and then you get Harlquinn. And it kind of makes you wonder if maybe they're smoking a little something other than just straight tobacco. Well, anyway, we're going to find out exactly what this is about. Go and get this cut. Yeah, get a little bit more off of there just to be on the safe side. Okay. So I've had a number of cigars from Gurkha. Every single one is a little stranger than the other in a good way. Be it their flavors are different, their naming conventions are just whimsical and kind of possessed of a certain badassery to them. But so far every single one has been good. Here's hoping I don't screw this light up horrifically, which I probably did. Clean tobacco. Little birdie. Not bad. Little earthy. Alright, good start so far. I'm going to smoke this down about the first inch and see if it wakes up, changes, or just how it mellows out. Alright, this is getting ridiculous because this comes up to just about, well, let's see here, yep, that's my butt. That is right up there. In case you can't tell, it has been a little rainy. Alright, about an inch in with a slightly lopsided light. So far I've noticed that the retro hale has kind of a graham crackery note to it. Overall, the overall mouth flavor is slightly spicy, but in like a graham cracker kind of way. Creamy, woody, with like a touch of cocoa. So far very interesting. Kind of a number of flavors at play here. Overall though, kind of early to tell where this is actually going, but I'm pretty sure wherever it gets to is going to be good. Yeah, the retro hale just reminds me so much of a graham cracker. I've kind of noticed that lately. I've been kind of getting cigars that have kind of the s'more thing going on. And that's kind of where this is starting to head to. That's not a bad thing, by the way. But there's definitely kind of a slightly kind of marshmallowy sweetness to it, along with, you know, a little birdiness, a little cocoa, a little earthiness. Complex, interesting. Alright, doing pretty well so far. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and keep smoking this down at the halfway point here. I'm going to yank this Harlquinn band. I may leave this big band on for a little bit longer, but this little guy's got to go. So, that said, I will see you at the halfway point. Alright, just a quick little update here. Not quite at the halfway point, but I figure close enough. The ash actually did drop off a little sooner than I would have thought it would on this one. I'm not sure if that was because I was in that tunnel, a little gust of wind came up, because that's kind of how that tunnel works. Or if it was just a funky light or just what. But typically, seeing as how I use the cigar ash length as a kind of a measure of quality of construction, my usual standard is if it gets through half of the cigar before it falls off due to just being weakened by fire. I hope that was intelligible. Then typically it's good construction. Now, Gurkhas are usually known for top-notch construction. So I'm not entirely sure why this flopped off about an inch before I thought it would. Maybe I was just jostling too much. But I wouldn't take that as too much of a knock on the construction of this thing. So far, it's been really, really top-notch. I will say this though, the size of this is like about a 58 gauge. 58 gauge is when you start getting into gordo sizes. So you kind of have to be careful when you smoke this because you are probably going to have to double puff on it a little bit. So far, flavors have been definitely giving me a very kind of marshmallow graham cracker vibe. Not so much a cocoa note, but there's definitely a little bit of earthiness, but a lot of just graham crackers and marshmallow, which is actually rather nice. And lingers for a while too in the finish. Well, anyway, I think it makes for a pretty decent halfway point update. I'm going to go ahead and smoke this down to the nub and see if anything changes or gets a little stronger, or exactly what happens to it. Alrighty, see you at the see you at the nub. Alright, final update at the nub here. Oh god, it is bright out here. So far, after about the halfway point, the earthiness kind of died down, and the flavors kind of matured. The flavors I'm getting off of this now are, I was saying it was kind of like a graham crackers and marshmallow. They've kind of matured and filled out to where you get this kind of spiced cake and sweet cream. Absolutely lovely. I would definitely classify this as a dessert cigar. Smoke this with an old-fashioned, a Manhattan, something sweet. Sweet coffee, you know, blend up a milkshake, something like that. I mean, it's just sweet and lovely. I kind of want to say break out a box of these after Christmas dinner. So far, an excellent cigar. I'm definitely a big fan of the sweet stuff. If you can get, if you're into sweet cigars, by all means, do what you can to get your hands on a couple of these things. You will be happy, I guarantee it. Absolutely wonderful. Well, beyond that, I can say that the construction was good, but a little weird because the ash kind of fell off a little shorter than I would have thought. Construction's good, don't get me wrong. It's not gonna like fall apart on you or anything. But overall, you're probably not gonna win a long ash with this. But still, worth the money by far. If you like sweet, desserty cigars, this would be right up your alley. I know it's right up mine. This is just absolutely wonderful. Well, anyway, that's a nice little change of pace from some of the other stuff I've been doing. But other than that, that's pretty much all I got. A lovely dessert cigar. Good for hot days, cold days. Pretty much dessert. If you like this video or any other video, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know if you had one of these. Check out my Twitch stream Wednesdays and Saturday night, midnight to 2 a.m. Until then, I'll see you next time.